Hi guys, Buildzoid here, back with another update on the elevators. They now have textures. Um, so initially you might be looking at the interior texturing and wondering wait, are you gonna fix the orientations? And honestly, I kind of like it, right? Because if you've been at least hotel elevators that I've been into, they'd have like mirrors often. And so it's like, okay, so here you have like a standing mirror, here you have a horizontal mirror and another standing mirror, and then I can put like the panel with buttons, or actually you're probably, it's not really going to be a panel with buttons, but like the like whether or not the elevator is going up and down indicator is going to go over here. Also, you can now manually activate the elevators. I've set up a bunch of them because I do kind of want to test what happens if you're in an elevator shaft in one of the really fast-moving elevators. But the main thing is the elevators now, you can actually like activate them. Also, they have doors, which again aren't solid because my thought process is again the elevator shaft is going to keep you inside the elevator. Um, so yeah, it's not like it gives me peace of mind that I don't have another set of collisions that, the player could like glitch into or glitch through or something. Also, I fixed the crouch bug. That's no longer a problem. Man, this elevator takes forever. Uh, maybe putting a little like vertical height indicator inside the elevator wouldn't be too bad an idea. Oh, there. So yeah, you can see the door just sort of pops into existence, and the thought process behind that is very simple. Because like basically, it means I don't need to handle door logic on the elevator itself. Like the door right now is just like if the elevator is moving, then the door is closed. If the elevator is not moving, then the door is open. And that means that now I can just stick a regular door in front of the elevator, and that'll have door logic on it, right? So like the code that I use for door regular. Oh wait, there might be some collision issues for getting out of the elevator. Um, hmm. Hmm. Like, I'm not gonna give you two different. Well, maybe I could put the like press E. Yeah, I guess. So right now you can press E anywhere in the elevator. I guess I should just restrict the elevator activation to like a small area of the elevator, and that way it doesn't matter if the door has like its own press E collision box. Yeah, other than that, I am kind of toying with the idea of maybe if you like break the elevator, the doors pop into existence all mangled, but I am lazy, and I think like right now the elevators actually do a pretty good job of being elevators. Oh, okay, this is a bit of a, yeah, okay, I need to do something to like mangle the doors when they crash down, just to make them like more satisfying. And I need to mangle them a lot so that it's not super obvious that the doors don't have collisions, right? Because if there's a small gap between the two doors and the player just kind of waltzes through it, it's like, oh, they don't have collisions. So I need to make them like spread out really like a lot. And I need to do that before I do the elevator rotation. Because the door is tied to the elevator body, so actually, do I want to do that before? We'll see. I'll figure something out. But yeah, so that's the new and improved elevators. You can now actually like get into them, activate them manually. They've got a door. Like they look pretty elevatory. Um, yeah. Also, I did all the texture work myself, which shouldn't come as a surprise considering how I've kind of decided with the like I just make everything myself in this game. All the models, all the textures, all the everything. Except sometimes I steal other people's code when I can't figure out how to do something. So, maybe if the elevator is already on the ground, I shouldn't make it, like, do this when it dies. Um, oh, and this one. Man, I need to maybe set some kind of restriction on, like, rotations that aren't extreme enough. right? Because like this doesn't look broken enough. This looks properly mangled, and this just looks like the elevator's a bit dinged up, and it's like, nah, this is not okay. The elevator needs to look absolutely smashed. This is a good broken elevator. Um, there- okay, yeah. Nope. Oh, also I set up, wait, did I smash this one? I didn't smash this one, because yeah, I wanted to test what it's like to be in a fast-moving, oh boy. Man, this was so much quicker, but I should have made I should have made this elevator shaft way taller for this test, because what I wanted to test is like what it's like riding in a fast elevator inside an elevator shaft. Oh, oh man, my movement system is so not cooperative when you want precision. Oh, and I've aggroed one of the turrets. Okay, there we go. Oh man, this one's so quick. Dude. And you really, like, when it's in the elevator shaft, you really can't tell that it's like, you know, moving. Which, I mean, makes sense. Like, the only way you can tell that an elevator is moving when you're in the elevator is that feeling of acceleration, and you don't get that in a game. So, yeah, I am very pleased with the way the new elevators are working. I do need to do something about the doors not popping off if you like shoot the elevator down mid journey. But other than that, like this is probably final form. Obviously, the texturing is gonna depend on what kind of like facility the elevator is in. So, yeah, but for now, I have these these are just based on like hotel elevators. So, oh, dude, oh man, this fast one is great. This thing is so freaking quick. Actually, you can. No, you really can't tell how fast it's going. Yee. So now I have much better elevators. Or like, I mean, they're still jank, but they convey the elevator experience a lot better than they used to. And obviously, if I wanted to like have a transparent version with like a glass elevator shaft and then glass sidewalls on the elevator, that would actually be like that would actually take less work because of like the texturing requirements would be like non-existent if I just want to make glass. Right? You just need a transparent, glossy object, and that's the end of that there. Um, but yeah, man, I smashed up too many of them. Nope. Yeah, that looks like a convincing elevator to me. Maybe a bit old, but like. Yeah, maybe I will do something that if you like kill them while they're standing still at the bottom of the elevator shaft, they don't do the like this. Like they don't get all mangled. I might do something about that. Man, I am putting way too much effort to some freaking elevators. They're not even supposed to be like a major feature of the game, and it's just like, yep, my elevators are currently better than like the turrets over here. Well, to be fair, the turrets aren't meant to be particularly intelligent, but like there's going to be a whole bunch of variety of turrets eventually, and I'm over here building freaking elevators. So priorities. So anyway, that's it for this video. Hopefully you found it somewhat interesting. Because yeah, I'm pretty excited about these fancy new elevators. I just need to check that don't have like compatibility issues with my generic doors. Actually, I guess I could just make a special elevator door that's like specifically set up so that the collisions don't cause an issue. Because basically the way I handle all like player interaction with the environment right now is like if the player walks within like the interaction range, like an interaction box for an object, then the player can press E, and that interacts with the object, right? And so the problem is that, like, if the collision for the door overlaps the collision of the elevator, and more importantly, if the player is able to overlap the collision of the door with the activation, like the collision of the elevator, then that's going to cause a major problem. Yeah, because you'll be able to activate both of them at the same time, and that's going to be problematic. Unless I somehow have the elevator tell the door to, like when the elevator detects the player, it tells the door to ignore the player inputs. Which isn't like a massive problem, but it's like I don't like having things talking to each other as much as possible, because then it like you have like it makes a mess. Right? Because imagine if it's like, oh, I set up a door and then I like remove the elevator for that door and then I add back in an elevator, and then it's like, well, why doesn't the door like listen to this new elevator? And it's just going to be a, yeah. At the same time, I mean, I guess I could just integrate the door into the elevator, but then the way the elevator movement is done would have to change. Also, I don't want the door to be an integral part of the elevator, because just if I want to build different combinations of doors and elevators, then it's going to be annoying. So I guess I'm just going to have the elevator have like a door override system, and when the elevator stops, it automatically opens the door, and then it releases a, oh man, I need to figure out. Yeah, the elevator, if the elevator stops and the player is in the elevator, the door automatically opens and stays open until the player leaves. Once the player leaves, it start a countdown so that, like, after some time, the door automatically shuts. And I don't have to worry about accidentally, like, locking the player in the elevator. It's not like a huge deal, because like all like it is a core design philosophy of mine that all doors will have health bars. So you'll be able to blow the elevator doors off even if you did get stuck, but it's just like a proper elevator wouldn't do that to you. Right? Like, and I don't feel like having a system for like detecting if the player wants to open the door or if they want to move the elevator. So yeah, the elevator is just gonna like detect if the player is in the elevator, and if they're in the elevator, the door won't close. And once they leave the elevator, then the door can close automatically. But as long as the player is inside the elevator, the door does not close. And if the player does something stupid, like intentionally stand in the door, I'm gonna make it kill the player. Yeah, if you stand in the door, my elevators are gonna be very dangerous. If you stand in the door, they're gonna kill you. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna handle that, because like you get killed by an elevator once and you're just not gonna take your chances with the elevator again, is my thought process. Just make the just it's like, well, I could figure out how to maybe like prevent the player from doing like stop the player from like standing in the elevator door, and then but it's like, nah, it's funnier if the elevator door just cuts them in half. Unless you have like, because I do have a planned item for the player that just like the player does damage to objects on impact. So if you're wearing that, then the door just breaks. Oh, I guess I could also have the elevator door just break if you're standing in it when it tries to close. It's still funnier if it kills you, though. Especially if I give you like a funny little death message of like you just got sliced by the elevator. Also, I think, like, for the theme that I'm going with my game, where it's, like, nobody, like, I think honestly that would actually be more immersive with like the lore to the world that I'm building here. Is just like, yeah, elevators lack basic safety features like not cutting people in half if they stand in the door. Yeah, so I'll make murderous elevator doors. Because if you try to bug out my elevator, you deserve to die. That's just how that's gonna work. So, anyway, there. That's actually the end of the video. It was just like, um, that's my thoughts on elevators in games. And how the elevator in my game is gonna behave. Because yeah. Now I'm gonna probably come up with random excuses to squeeze elevators into my levels for like any reason, just because like how much like effort went into developing them, even with how jank they are. Oh well, it gives me an excuse to put more elevator shafts into the game. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.